All right, Frank, thank you so much. I want to go back to our breaking news this morning. A fire, a man has been killed in North York. Let's go live to Toronto Fire Platoon Chief Wayne Patterson at the scene with an update.
All right, Platoon Chief Patterson, what could you tell us about this fire here on Maybury?
The crews arrived here to report of a fire in the basement. They arrived on scene. There was heavy smoke and flames coming from the rear. Crews advanced the line, made their way to the basement. They removed one victim from the basement, VSA. Okay. He's been transported to hospital at this time.
Okay. Has there been any update on that patient's update from hospital?
I believe he's deceased.
He has been pronounced at hospital. Is there any other victims that were removed from the house?
No, the main floor occupants escaped.
They got out?
They got out.
Okay. Any indication? I know it's early investigation. Fire marshal will be called in?
Yeah, the fire investigators are on the way. They should be here momentarily.
Okay. From your first arriving crews, it sounds like they did a real great job, fast attack. Did you happen to hear from any of them if they heard any audible smoke alarms or smoke detectors?
I can't say that at this time, thank you.
Okay, so it's still under investigation?
Yeah.
Okay, thanks very much. Appreciate it.
Okay, you were just listening in live to Toronto Fire Platoon Chief Wayne Patterson providing an update on this fatal fire near Jane and Sheppard. What we have confirmed here, a 54-year-old man, as you heard here, rushed to hospital. He has since been pronounced dead. The fire is out. We don't have word on a cause. You heard our cameraman Bert there asking if there were any audible smoke alarms. He did not have any of that information. We're going to continue to watch this story for you here throughout the morning. Right now, we're going to bring you the latest on COVID-19. York Region adding 2,000 vaccination appointments for residents 80 years and older. So some good news here. Registration, keep in mind, for these spots will begin at 8:30 this morning. You can go to their website, york.ca/COVID-19 vaccine. Now, when the program launched on Monday, you may remember all 20,000 available appointments booked within just 90 minutes. So anyone looking to book a spot to get that today or tomorrow at Richmond Green Sports Center or Georgina Ice Palace, appointments are expected to be booked very fast. Anyone that shows up without an appointment will be turned away. Top doctors in Toronto and Peel region, they want to put us into the gray zone of the province's color-coded framework once the lockdowns are lifted. Have a listen.
Case counts at present call for a cautious approach that will allow us to reopen and to do so as safely as possible. Based on the data in front of us, it is clear that reopening widely, such as under the red category of the provincial framework, is not advisable at this time, given our current case counts.
So the gray category, it is less restrictive than the current lockdown. More businesses would be allowed to reopen with limits on capacity, but you still won't be able to get a haircut, eat inside of a restaurant, or go to the gym. Peel's medical officer of health also in favor of going gray, citing that case counts are still concerning.
Our indicators still remain somewhat precarious, and it makes it difficult to recommend any other level. Reopening too quickly risks erasing the gains that we've made, putting lives and well-being at risk.
The province says it will consider the requests before making an announcement tomorrow. And we're actually going to be hearing more from Dr. Lawrence Loh. He will be joining us live tomorrow ahead of that announcement tomorrow here on BT. And coming up just after 7 o'clock this morning, we're going to get reaction from Mayor John Tory joining us for a discussion on all things COVID-19 in the city. Well, Canada's chief medical advisor confirming the department will be ready to quickly authorize COVID-19 boosters when they are available. Dr. Supriya Sharma says her team constantly reviewing all the data when it comes to the vaccines and variants. But so far, the 3 shots authorized in Canada offer good protection against the virus. So the boosters will still need to meet some very high standards, but approval is expected to be quicker than for the original vaccines. Experts are stressing we need to continue to slow the spread, saying more variants will pop up as long as COVID-19 is being transmitted. A judge has found a man being referred to as John Doe, and that is done purposely, guilty on all 10 counts of first-degree murder and 16 counts of attempted murder in the deadly Yonge Street van attack.
The Crown is pleased with Her Honour's thoughtful and reasonable verdict and grateful for Her Honour's careful assessment of the evidence and insightful application of the law. Based on all the evidence in this case, this was the fair and just result.
Now, the defense had argued he should be found not criminally responsible because of his autism spectrum disorder. The case will return to court on March the 18th, discussing sentencing. And while this closes a devastating chapter in Toronto's history, victims of this attack are still healing.
We're always going to miss her. I don't know how you adjust to it.
It's just a beginning for me, and it's going to be a long journey, but I'm going to get there.
And coming up at 8 o'clock, we will be talking to City News reporter Adrian Gobriel. He's hearing from Autism Ontario about what this guilty verdict means and how it could impact their community. And what you will notice, by the way, is that we are not mentioning the man charged, and that is following the lead of Justice Malloy to provide no notoriety and to let these families heal.